Hi everyone, it's LaShonda from Labors of Love with another Therapy Thursday video. Today I want to talk about kitchen counters. So we have these granite kitchen counters that really do a good job of masking nastiness. Okay? So when you are standing across the room and you look at the kitchen counter, if there's no debris on it, like no clutter, it looks like a clean counter. As you approach the counter, like the island or the countertops, as you approach them and you get closer, guess what? Still looks clean. As you look really close, still looks clean. But boy, when you rub your hand over the top, it can be some really nasty stuff on the countertops. How often is that our life? How often do we look at another person or do people look at us? And just because there is no visible debris or clutter, everyone assumes that everything's okay. And what that does is oftentimes people can feel resentful or passed over or ignored because they're in so much pain that's not visible, that sometimes they're just waiting on a person to reach out and say, "How are you?" Like, are you genuinely, how are you? Are you doing okay? Let's just talk about what's going on in your life. Sometimes people have not developed the muscle to learn or know how to say, "Hey, can you just spend time with me where I am?" Maybe they've tried and it hasn't worked. How often do we think that just because a person doesn't look like they're in pain, that everything is great? Somewhere along the line in my life, I learned a very powerful, implicit, I learned something very powerful and I learned it implicitly. And that was, as long as I'm smiling, nobody asks me what's wrong. I don't even know that I consciously wanted to present that everything was okay. But at the same time, I knew that it wasn't safe to talk about the pain I was feeling. And so I smiled all the time. Shonda is happy. She is smiling. Shonda is this and this and this. And yet, no one could see my pain. As I'm writing my book, and I'm sharing some of the pieces with people who are close to me, some of which have known me a really long time, the response that I get most frequently, particular to the content, is like, "I would have never known." There are so many of us who are walking around in so much pain that we are numbing. We may not even be intentionally doing it, but when we move into safe relationship, we have people who sit with us and are genuine in trying to understand what we're experiencing. We will be amazed at how healing those kind of relationships could be. But we can't just think that the only people that we have that have something going on are the people where we can see it visibly. Sometimes people are like those kitchen countertops that at a distance and even up close, it looks like everything is okay. But sometimes we need to take a moment and rub our hand across and just go like, "Ooh, there's some stuff here." Not in judgment, not in saying there's something wrong with you, but saying you're human and you get to be human. So that's what I want to offer you today. Can you allow yourself to be human? Is it possible that you can reach out to safe people and say, "I need someone to sit with and talk to and just be human, not always have to be perfect and performing"? And the other invitation is, can we genuinely inquire about the well-being of someone else, even if they look like they have it all together, even if it looks like everything is going great? I'm not asking anybody to be anybody else's therapist, but can we be human? Let's start there. Let's start with being human. Let's start with being genuine in our relationships. And if you find that you need a therapist, Labors of Love would love to walk a journey with you. You can reach out to me on my website, www.thelaborsoflove.com. We are on all the major social media outlets. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we have our podcast that drops every Tuesday, the Labors of Love podcast, everywhere where you get your podcast. Until we connect again, you all be well.